Oh, it's always a good question, right? We're talking about narcissistic trauma. So, what are
Yeah.
some red flags for people to be aware of regarding narcissistic behaviors?
You know, in light of the red flag kind of analogy, but I think they have yellow flags in football, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to do the NFL as the acronym, so that way it makes it easy to remember. You all know I love a good acronym. So
Excellent.
first, no friends. So they lack long-term relationships with substances. You know, the relationships don't have substance.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for them to make friends, but difficult for them to keep friends because before long, the real person comes out and nobody wants to have anything to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be a red flag. No friends.
Yeah.
And they make you the object of their affection. You know, you're their best friend, you're their everything, you're their world. Well, it's because no one else wants to put up with them. They've seen the real person and they don't want to have anything to do with them.
Right. Yeah.
The F, future faking. They have built this extravagant, lovely life for the two of you, providing you with these grandiosity and grandiose dreams and this grand life that they cannot deliver on. They're promising you this fake future, and the details of it seem so like enticing, and yes, we could do this, but it's all of a facade.
Mm-hmm.
And the L, love bombing.
Mm-hmm.
So they overwhelm you with this affection and this emotion and the flowers and the gifts to flatter you, because with a lot of individuals that are narcissistic, they are charming and people are just like, oh, wow, they're so wonderful and so great until they're not. You know, it's almost like this is too good to be true. It probably is. So there's just overwhelming kind of admiration and attraction and flattery comments, affection, love. No, it's the bombing that makes it, you know, even more so pronounced. So it's not someone that's being kind and someone that's, you know, being gentle and caring. It's that they're going so overboard that because they don't want the mask to be pulled off of their face. And so being very mindful and learning how to trust yourself when you see these signs of the person maybe wanting to commit too soon. Like, oh, I just met you and I know like I love you, we're going to get married and da da da. It's like, woo, slow down. This is the first or second date. Like, so really allow yourself to have those boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes me think of right, if you're in a love bombing scenario and you're confident in yourself, well, like, of course you want to be with me because I'm awesome. However, this is a bit much. Right? Yeah, I love that. I'm curious, like in your work in working with people, do you see a lot of people who have had like narcissistic upbringings, like a parent that was a narcissist that then travel into adult relationships with narcissistic behaviors?
Yeah, we, you know, tend to go where we know, we go where we feel comfortable. And sometimes unbeknown to ourselves, we end up in relationship patterns similar to those that we grew up in because it becomes a comfortable space. Like I know how to deal with someone that's a narcissist because my parent was a narcissist and I've dated them in the past. So it's almost like, oh, that's familiar territory. And it may be uncomfortable to date someone that's not, or that's a healthier individual.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting, right? Like what would be in our best interest would be obviously dating someone healthy and not narcissistic. But if we're comfortable with it, sometimes we choose comfort over the best for us.
Healthy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So let's talk a little bit about resources. I know you have things that help people with healing this relationship trauma. What are some resources people can have available to them for these things?
You know, counseling would be a great resource to start with because it helps you really focus on you, which your ex-partner, ex-mate, ex-significant other did not allow that space for you to really get rooted into who you are. And really embracing who you're becoming. And so that can be really important, getting you a great coach can also be very, very important. And A Date with Darkness podcast is a great resource that's focused on healing from narcissism.